New at 5 tonight, 2 North Carolina women have filed a complaint with the state health department against Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
So it comes after they say they were misdiagnosed with breast cancer. According to a law firm representing the women, an unnamed grandmother was diagnosed with HER2 breast cancer in 2020, and then she underwent 13 rounds of chemotherapy, only to find out in May of this year that she was misdiagnosed. And just weeks ago, another patient filed a complaint with a similar experience. In that case, the law firm says that the 32-year-old underwent several treatments, including a hysterectomy and a double mastectomy, only to find out in this case the procedures were unnecessary. All right, let's bring in Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rose. Khalif, so what damages could they be awarded to these clients? And this is just awful. Let me just put that out there. I mean, just incredibly awful.
Easy answer, unlimited. Pain and suffering, medical bills, loss of companionship, loss of work, loss of time with your family. I mean, the list goes on. And so the numbers could be unlimited. Some of these settlements are 600,000+. Some of them are 15, 20 million. I mean, it really ranges and it depends on the severity. But for me, these are type of personal. My mother, 20+ year survivor of cancer. And so I take these types of situations personal. The reason I'm bald right now is because I went to chemotherapy with her while she was going through there. I saw all the women coming through there. So this is something that you can't replace. The one mother said, while I was in the hospital, my daughter was in the hospital. The birth of her child was happening as well at the exact same time that I was attempting to do what I needed to do. I was getting chemotherapy. So the problem is making sure that you have a situation where you are not misdiagnosed, because HER2 is different than HER2 positive is different than HER2 negative. HER2 negative is still cancer, but it's a lighter treatment. HER2 positive, for you to be successful in taking care of that type of cancer, you need to go chemo, hardcore, or you stand no chance.
Well, and I think years from now, we'll look back at chemo and think of how barbaric it is. I mean, it is really brutal on the body, but anytime there's any sort of crazy medical story, I text the doctor and the family, my brother, and I'm like, what do you make of this? And there are definitely more questions to this. Like, do we know if the doctors misdiagnosed or misread the biopsy, or did they mix the biopsy up with someone else's biopsy?
So
how is the hospital system responding here?
The hospital system obviously has apologized, and remember, two of these folks were recognized with a couple ways. They received a call from the hospital saying we misdiagnosed you, and the department that contacted them was the risk management department, and so they obviously know that they had dropped the ball and something happened, and they had to go and backtrack. But what I can tell you is that there's a thin line. I looked at a number of these types of cases. It depends on the lab, the way the lab does the process, and it's really like a thin line between a positive and a negative test. And so if one lab does the test one way and another lab does it a different way, and then you're really reading and reviewing those notes, it is a case-by-case situation. And so a number of the doctors, some of the defenses could be, you have to bring in a medical expert and say, would the medical standard be, when you see these results, you would have said they were negative or you would have said they're positive. And so that's what it will really come down to, what the experts, that's going to be a lot of money, what those experts will say they would have done in that situation, and not just them individually, but what is the standard care of treatment in that situation, and did they misstep? These attorneys are alleging that they have misstep. I mean, and they're seeing lawsuits like this across the country. These two women happen to be in our state of North Carolina, but this is happening in a routine basis, and it should not happen. Cancer by itself is already a hard thing to fight. As you mentioned, chemo wreaks havoc on your body.
When you don't have to.
And you're talking about double mastectomy.
See, that's what I'm saying. Having a double mastectomy, the surgery alone, this is also though bringing awareness probably to a lot of people in a lot of cases by saying, before you get that surgery, let's get a second opinion.
No one's going to advocate for you better than yourself.
As we wrap, back to your original question, you talk about cost, you can't get that time back. Unlimited time lost.
Khalif Rhodes, appreciate your insight as always.